Most men think attraction is mostly about looks, especially if you are online on the YouTubes and the TikToks and the whatnots. It's about height and it's about six packs and all of these ridiculous demands. It's not about that. Of course, you know, these are preferences and women prefer a guy who is in shape and who's larger than them. Of course. But it's not about looks. The truth is, women notice care more than they care about perfection and meeting all the requirements. And most men overlook the little details that change the entire first impression or the lasting impression. And today I want to talk about three grooming rituals. There are more, but I want to talk about these three that are small, simple, easy to do, and they will make you instantly more attractive to women without you changing your face or your body. It's really simple. Why is it important? Well, it's about taking care of yourself. It's about respect for yourself. It's not about vanity. When a woman meets you, she's not judging your genetics. Well, she kinda is. Do you look good and would the two of you have nice babies? But what she's really doing is she's reading your presentation. Do you take care of yourself? Do you take yourself seriously? Are you a man with standards? And a well-groomed man doesn't just look better. He communicates confidence without saying a word. Now that is attractive. The first ritual that I think you should pay attention to is your nose and your ear hair control. I mean, most guys keep the beard sharp and the haircut fresh, but they neglect the small details that quietly kill all the attraction. The unibrows. Nothing says unkept faster than stray nose hairs, stray ear hairs, random long eyebrow filaments, small facial patches sticking out. It just takes 30 seconds with a trimmer, man, and the effect is massive. Women notice these micro grooming things more than men do. I mean, I've had conversations with guys, and I'm talking and I'm looking at their face, and I just see that one long hair. It annoys the hell out of me. It tells me you didn't pay attention to the details, man. And women notice these things too. You don't need to change your face. You just need to remove the distractions. Because remember, if you're sitting across from someone and that person has something stuck between their teeth, you're not paying attention to anything the person is saying. The only thing you're looking at is the thing stuck between their teeth. It's a distraction. Remove it. It shows hygiene, attention to detail, self respect. A clean face reads intentional, it doesn't read accidental. Make this a weekly ritual. Make sure that it's something that you do. And definitely before you go out on a date, you know, check all these things, go over your face, have a look, make sure you didn't miss anything. You only get one chance to make a first impression. And a man who cares about the fine details stands out instantly, I promise you. Grooming ritual number two that I think is extremely important are the hands and nails. Men underestimate how much hands communicate. Women pay a lot of attention to your nails and your hands, way, way, way more than men do, especially on a date or during touch. I mean, when I'm on a date, I have two things I can look at when I'm speaking with a woman, and that is her face and her hands, because usually the hands are on the table, so these are the two things that I can look at. And I look at the hands. Does she has soft hands? Or does she have soft hands? Are the nails clean? And women do the same thing with men. You know, if you have working hands, that's fine, but do you take care of them? Are they clean? Are your nails long and dirty? Are they uneven? Are they bitten or cracked? If that's the case, your attractiveness just drops instantly. It just no, it doesn't just drop. It drops off the radar. You're done. It's over. Women don't want you to touch them with your dirty hands. Ugh, no, they don't. I mean, even I get disgusted when I see somebody with dirty nails and ugh, filthy hands. What do you think a woman is gonna think? Make sure your hands are presentable. I mean, you don't need them polished like they are salon nails, but they definitely need to be clean and short, even, and moisturize your hands, man. Come on. Not feminine. Get over yourself. Just make sure your hands are clean. Take care of yourself, man. Because a man with clean, well kept hands just says, I respect myself. I keep myself in order. And if you come into my life, you'll be treated with the same care. Hands speak the language of masculinity. So make sure your hands speak well. And just a side note, I have gotten many compliments over the years when I'm on a date. But I think the most compliments I've gotten were about my hands. Not that I have pretty hands, but like I said, there are two things that women can look at, which are your hands that are on the table and your face. So of course she's gonna notice if they're moisturized, if my nails are clean. And I've got many compliments about that. Oh, your hands look nice and clean. So they definitely notice, is what I'm trying to say. So make sure your hands are, um, well, kept clean, right? Make sure you do that. Grooming ritual number 3, your scent control. I think this is one of the most powerful things and most overlooked things. A woman might forget your face, she might forget your name, but she will never forget how you smell. She will never forget your scent. Now, there are two rules. One, a shower is not a fragrance, deodorant is not cologne, and soap is not a scent profile. You need maybe like a signature smell, preferably something subtle but masculine. If you don't know what smell fits with you, go to the shop and ask the women there, what do you like to smell? What scent do you like for a guy? Have them help you out. They will probably give you a scent that if you put it on, they would even date you. Don't use that teenage club perfume, the Axe body spray, stuff like that. That's fine when you go to the gym, but it's not okay if you go on a date. You want to be, a little bit more grown up. You got to think clean, wood, spice, musk, something more mature. And second rule, less is more. If she can smell you from across the room, it's a bit much. If she smells you only during a hug, perfect. Now, if that is the case, if she can smell it just a little bit, that's a perfect excuse for her to lean in and smell you like, oh wow, you smell great. She has to lean in. Perfect. Or you can say, you smell my perfume, you like it? And she goes, I don't smell it very well. And you can just say, come closer. And if she does, well, boom, there you go. That's what you want. Scent is memory, scent is intimacy. Scent is confidence without really any effort. It's, you spray it on and boom, you're good to go. A man who smells good stands out in a world of men who don't think about it. That's what it's about. Remember, guys, what if a woman smells good? You know what I'm talking about. When a woman passes by and she has that perfume on, she smells amazing. Whew, you just float and drift on that sand wave, like a Disney cartoon. That's what you want. That's what you want a woman to think and do for you as well. So the three grooming rituals that most men overlook are very simple. Trim those hairs, keep your nails and hands clean, and use a mature scent that isn't just Axe body spray. Just tiny habits, but massive effect. You don't need a new face or a six pack. It's nice if you have, but not a necessity. You just need to take care of yourself and you need to take yourself seriously because then so will she. Grooming is not about looks. It kind of is, but it's more about presentation. And a man who presents himself well becomes more attractive by default. Not louder, not flashier, just cleaner, sharper, more intentional. That's what you want. Now, I hope these tips help, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.